YouTube, what is going on? It is that NBA guy, Josh. Today is the 28th day of January 2016. The AllStar Reserves were just announced, and we're going to be going over the Eastern Conference AllStar Reserves, who I think got snubbed and who I think is a deserving player to be on this roster. Now, let's go over, first off, the AllStar Starters. The first person that comes to mind when I look at this list that is a shocker, but not really a shocker, but kind of like an under-the-radar player, has to be Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors. Second year in a row that this guy has made the starting lineup for the for the All-Star team to represent the Toronto Raptors. Was it the fact that Toronto had a campaign to get him into the game? Because obviously the game's in Toronto, his hometown for the league. I don't know. It's all done by the voting. Who knows if the NBA skews the voting numbers? No one will ever know. But it is not really a shocker to me because of the fact that I've been watching Kyle Lowry play since he was in college. I always had a lot of respect for the guy. And, I spoke with a lot of my friends today. And, a lot of them were like, how is Kyle Lowry the starting point guard for the Eastern Conference? Have you seen him play? He is amazing. So hats off to him. Second year as a starter for the Eastern Conference. Not like the Eastern Conference has a lot of good point guards, but it's not by position anymore. It's just the best 3 front court players and the best 2 backcourt players. That's it. You can have 2 shooting guards if you wanted on the roster. So very excited for him to make it. Also, now going over to the reserves, all the starters, you got Melo, you got LeBron, you got all the guys that you thought were going to be there. For the reserves for the Eastern Conference, Isaiah Thomas of the Boston Celtics. This guy was the very last pick in the 2011 draft, number 60. No one expects you to even make the NBA at number 60. Fast forward 5 years, he's going to be a reserve in the All-Star game. He made the team. He's been playing nuts. I'm sure Phoenix is kicking their butt for letting him go last year. But at the end of the day, I don't see any player that is more deserving to be there than Isaiah Thomas. And, it's just, it's good to see when guys really fight their way to make a name in the league and then actually eclipse just making a name. And, they get to the All-Star game, which is the pinnacle of reward for an individual, sense. So Isaiah Thomas, awesome selection. Also from the Eastern Conference, I was a little shocked that, just taking a look, I was a little shocked that John Wall, wasn't a starter. I think you could have either slid him in or Kyle Lowry, but, John Wall is definitely deserving. Pau Gasol left off the team. I thought he was going to be there instead of Chris Bosh. I have a lot of respect for Chris Bosh's game. I don't think he's as good as advertised. I think he's good. I don't think he's great. I think Pau Gasol should have been there. Some stuff just happens. But, a lot of players that we've seen, been, noticing in years past, Derrick Rose didn't make the game. I mean, it's just kind of really sad what happened to him. But, going through the roster, of course, as a Knicks fan, I was hoping that Porzingis would make the team. And for those of you watching this video that have failed to watch all my other videos, except for the one where I was kind of booing him on draft night, Porzingis is a great player. Everyone that was a New York Knicks fan booed the pick at the time. But since then, since watching Summer League and everything like that, I think he's grown into our future franchise player. I was really hoping he'd make the All-Star team. I knew he wasn't, but I still had a, hope in my mind that he would, and he didn't. But I guarantee you within 3 years, that man's going to be a starter on the Eastern Conference All-Star squad. What do you guys think? Who got snubbed? I'm going to make another video on my Western Conference snubs and who got in, who didn't. A lot more in the Western Conference than the Eastern Conference. I think the only snub really you could have said was Pau Gasol or Al Horford. But, the roster, it's not like it was like, oh my God, this guy should have been in and he wasn't. It could have gone either way. And so let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely make sure you subscribe. This has been That NBA Guy Josh, and I'm out. Peace.